ladies. Welcome to our Facebook Live this week, our midweek momentum. Nice to have you here as per usual. I really always appreciate that you spend this half an hour, you take this half an hour out of whatever it is that you could be doing and you spend this time with me. How lucky am I? I also really appreciate, that this is 30 minutes that you could be doing something else, but that you are doing especially for yourself. And I hope you're so very proud of that. I hope that you are really, you're acknowledging the fact that you are spending 30 minutes. It's a bit like it could be Pilates, it could be yoga, it could be breath work. This is 30 minutes for you. Okay, I love that you're doing that, and I hope you recognize that you're doing that for yourself as well. So I am hoping that I am live. So please make sure you let me know in the comments. It's one of the best ways to let me know that you can see me. And it's also really nice to know that I'm not talking to myself. I do that the rest of the day. It'd be nice to know that this half an hour, I actually am talking with other people. So that would be really nice. So, hey, I've got Kim. Hey, Kim, I hope you had a great day today. I'm hoping I may see you tomorrow. Wendy, got the time right. Well done. And if we had posted somewhere that it was 5 o'clock and then it was 5:30, I'm sorry for messing that up. I know we normally do the 5:30 in the afternoon, but now that it's autumn and the afternoons are getting darker quicker, I thought that it might be nice to be able to move it forward a little bit. I didn't want to do it too much. So hoping I haven't confused too many people. Long as I haven't confused myself and I haven't confused Kim and I haven't confused Wendy, great start. Great start. Or I may have confused you, but here you are. All right, it's so nice to know that you're here. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. How is the day? How is the day so far, Kim? You had a pretty busy day, I know, with your event. So hopefully you're feeling very productive and successful and you're ticking off some wins there. Oh, it's nice to have some minutes to share with you too, Kim. Thank you for making the effort. And Wendy, you're just starting your day. So the world is your oyster, as they say. All right, what we're doing today is we're talking about there's a couple of things. Of course there is, Francis. Of course there is. We've been spending the past few weeks in each of our lives talking about things like how we can reclaim our time and energy, how we can rebuild our confidence, how we can start to speak up about the things that are important to us and impacting us that we've potentially not shared before. And then we're really, the aim is to really focus on reconnecting you with what it is you truly want. That may be a particular, it may be a particular goal. It might be a particular health goal. It might be losing some weight or whatever that actually might be, or it might be bigger than that. It might be more about how you want to live your next 12 months, how you might want to live your next 5 years. Whatever it is, it's about reconnecting you with what you really want. But what I know shows up for so many women, professional women, very smart women, it doesn't matter your status, it doesn't matter your finances, it doesn't matter, none of those things matter when it comes down to this particular issue. And it is that I'm starting to know what I want. But why do I keep falling back into old habits? Why do I start strong? You know, I'm really motivated, I'm starting really strong, but then I sabotage myself. Why am I stuck? Why can't I move past this? So, what we're really going to shine the spotlight on today is, hey, Amanda, oh, you're in the car. You lucky thing listening to me and while you're driving. Don't have an accident, okay? Take good care. Um, the what I really want to shine the light on today is the self-sabotaging patterns that often show up. And you know, they always tend to show up right when things start to move in the right direction. So we're just starting to go, yeah, I think I got it now. And then there's that old pattern. But you know, it might be a bit risky. Or do you really have the qualifications for that? Or, oh yeah, but what if you did this instead? So this is really about trying to give you the tools to catch it when that happens, to shift it, and then keep going, because you're not stuck. It's self-sabotage that's going on. Okay, but we tend to use the word stuck a lot because that's how it feels. So it's great to have you here. I love that you ladies that are with me have put your comments in and let me know that you're here. We've got Buena as well. I know she's been having some internet issues, so good to have you here, Buena. But for the ladies that weren't able to make it today, as per usual, please give me a hashtag replay when you've watched this or when you're watching this, so that I know that it's getting some traction and it's what you need and are interested in. B, to keep the conversation going, because as I've just mentioned, self-sabotage doesn't just happen once. We work through it and then it's gone. It keeps showing up just as things start to feel good, or you're feeling in flow, or you know, you think you've got the hang of something. It can raise its little head. And so let's keep the conversation going, okay? Plus, I actually really am interested to hear your thoughts on these topics and on these sessions. So always give me the feedback. I actually really like feedback. I'm one of those people. All right, so last week we talked about reconnecting what you truly want. Now we're really wanting to help you continue to take action, okay? So I don't want you to feel like you got to hesitate, to procrastinate, to second guess, or to fall back into those old habits, because I really do know how easy that can be. So it is self-sabotage, and it's way more common and way sneakier than we would like to believe. And I don't see enough coaches out there giving the real conversation about this. Maybe they are in their coaching programs, but they're definitely not talking about it with their community or on social media as well. So I plan on doing that. But let's jump right in. Let's get right into it. Hi, Narelle, you're not too late. Don't worry. You just got out of a meeting. You are a busy lady. I know that. It's nice to have you with us today. Thank you. So we're jumping in, and you've got in just in time. Here we go. What is self-sabotage and what does it really look like? Let's chat about this. It's not always obvious. It's not always obvious this is what's going on. Sometimes it shows up like this. Sometimes it shows up like you say you want more freedom, but you keep overcommitting. Sometimes you want to start something new. You might want to start something new, a new hobby, something fun to bring you joy, like we've been talking about. But then you talk yourself out of it. Oh, it's at the wrong time, or yeah, but then it's really hard to get back and cook dinner or whatever it is, right? Excuses start to show up. Or you crave more confidence, but you avoid putting yourself out there. Are you joining new groups? Are you doing everything you possibly can to meet new people? Are you actually spending time with the people you already know? Or are you becoming a little bit of a hermit and hiding away at home, but maybe chatting to them on the phone, chatting via text or something? That's not really putting yourself out there, is it? Let's be honest. How about this? You finally set boundaries. You've set the boundary, and we've probably celebrated you for doing that in this group because, we know it's a big thing. But then you feel guilty, and so you don't follow through on the boundary, or you undo the boundary. I've definitely done that before, unintentionally, but when I look back, that's exactly what I did. Or maybe you now have time for yourself. You've worked really hard to create the boundaries and reconnect with what it is that you really want, and you've set some time just for you, but then you end up cleaning the pantry instead. That's not really helping you have time for yourself, is it? Not really. So if any of these sound familiar, it isn't about being lazy or unmotivated. That's a story we're telling ourselves. It's actually your subconscious trying to keep you safe in the familiar, in what you know, in the way you've always done it. It's what you know best. Even if that familiar is unfulfilling and it's not what you want. Your body doesn't realize that yet. It's not had the training yet. It's not had the consistency to understand. Okay, so let's talk about what I see as the 3 biggest causes of self-doubt or self-sabotage, sorry, wrong topic. Self-sabotage we're here to talk about today, Francis. I'll have a drink of water. Has everybody else had their water for today? Wendy's just starting her day, so no, but here's a good chance to catch up. All right. Number 1 cause or reason I see for self-sabotage. It's the old programming, right? We've been wired to believe certain things. Don't make waves. Who do you think you are? It's too late. And when you go against those messages, because that's all it is, your brain sees it as risky, even if it's what you truly want. The brain only knows, in this instance, to protect you. And really what it's doing is it's giving you warning signals. Excuse me. So you can now acknowledge that's a warning signal, but you can still choose to go in the opposite direction if it's what you really want. That's what it comes down every single time, okay? So the other one that I see, number 2, is this fear of discomfort. And if you've been watching my socials at the moment, I'm talking a lot about fear because it really is this very yucky feeling. It's a yucky feeling. There's probably a better word for that. But fear is very silent and it really does live in the shadows. And when we don't name it and we don't call it out, it gets very comfortable in here. So the fear of discomfort is really about, again, growth feels unfamiliar. And remember, to our brain, which feeds our nervous system, unfamiliar equals unsafe. So, of course, you're going to unconsciously pull back from something that's scary, that's unfamiliar. And it's not because it's wrong, it's just because it's new. Does that make sense? Does that feel true for you? How many of you can acknowledge that fear is playing a part there? Number 3 is the identity gap. So let me explain this one because it sounds very, very technical and very sophisticated, doesn't it? But it's the Francis's version of basically you've been playing so many roles for so long that when you start acting like the real you that you are reconnecting with and have found again, it feels really strange. It feels really strange. It feels like you're wearing someone else's clothes or shoes, which is gross. It feels really uncomfortable, really strange. It almost doesn't feel like you. And yet it is you. Because for so long, you've been playing, and a lot of them for very good reasons, but you've been playing these other roles. So put a yes in the comments for me if you've ever talked yourself out of something that you really wanted because fear or doubt crept in. Has that ever happened to you? Let me know in the comments, ladies. Keep on chatting with me so I know I've got you. Don't let me lose you now. Oh, I hope we've got Wendy back. It looked like she'd lost us. Carol's saying yes. Hello, Carol. Great to have you here. Yes. You've talked yourself out of something that you really wanted because fear or doubt crept in. But Wenna's done it as well. And in all honesty, ladies, so have I. So have I. Fear gets too many votes. Does it what, Carol? Absolutely. Remember when we were this beautiful little innocent human? Probably don't remember because that feels like so long ago and that doesn't even register with who you are now. But we didn't stop doing things because we were scared then. Not really, not until someone said to us, be careful. You don't want to hurt yourself. And again, it was all well-intentioned. But it gets us started to think, when I feel this little bit of, should I be scared? It means, yes, I should be scared. All right, let's talk about the important thing now, the real gold in this conversation, and that's how to get out of your own way. Because that's the most important thing here, ladies, is for you to get out of your own way so you don't say no or talk yourself out of something that you really want, but you say yes. Okay? So here's how to start showing up differently. Let me know what you think about this. As per usual, I've got 3 steps for you. All right. Step number 1 is to recognize the pattern. And it's going to be different for each of you. So you need to recognize the pattern. Remember that self-sabotage, it's fear, it's what we've grown with, you know, it's what we've been told, it's old programming, it's messaging, it's stories. So it thrives on this autopilot, right? So what you need to do is as soon as you see it, name it. Name it when it shows up. And what I mean by that is this, not give it a name like Susan. Okay. I'm talking about I'm procrastinating because I'm afraid of being judged. Awareness is everything. Your nervous system is going to start to think, hang on, we're okay here. I'm going to take a breath. The heart racing is going to slow down a little bit. And then the brain is going to go, hang on, something's going on here. We're taking a breath. Maybe everything isn't as worrisome as I thought it was. Do I really need to protect her here? And they might start to work together, but they will do different things, but for the same reason. Okay? So when I say name it, I'm saying call it out. If you're in a position where you're on public transport or you're in a meeting or you're somewhere where you don't feel like you can actually say that out loud, write it down. So always make sure you've got pen and paper. Even in the modern day, make sure you've got pen and paper. If you can voice note it, great, because you can replay that again later. There is something in being able to voice it, and the next best thing is being able to write it. There is psychological evidence that proves these are great things to do. Okay. Number 2, choose the micro move. And I'm not talking about a little dance. Don't aim for huge leaps is what I'm saying. Aim for tiny shifts, tiny moves, small steps. Micro move. Instead of changing your life in a day, which common sense, and I know you ladies have a lot of this, you're very smart ladies. You've been around in this beautiful world long enough to know that you cannot change your life in a day. Doesn't mean you don't want it. I get that. But maybe ask yourself, what's the next small, bold step I can take today? It's my favorite question. Do I not ask you this question every single live? What's the next small, bold step I can take today? If bold makes you feel uncomfortable, okay, what's the next small step I can take today? Just keep working with it. Remember, this is not about saying no, and this is not about talking yourself out. This is about talking yourself in. Step number 3, we are really now moving into rewiring with new beliefs. Okay, so start telling yourself a new story. It could be, it's safe for me to grow. That's got the word safe in there. Nervous system loves it. Yes. And the brain, who's been protecting you, also thinks, safe. My goal here, my job here is done. Or you could try, I don't have to be perfect to start. That's a big one for the perfectionists. Or here's another one. My desires are valid. I'm allowed to go after them. That is one that feels really powerful and strong. So there's some different ones that you can try to get you started. You, though, can make up your own. Yeah, Narelle, step 3, it's hard. Rewriting is the hardest. It absolutely is one of the most difficult ones. None of them are really easy. I don't promise you easy. But I do promise you that if you do these things, you will feel the change. And you will want to keep doing it. So if it's motivation you're waiting for, it's taking these steps that's going to create it. Remember, it creates the momentum. So take a moment right now to really think about what is the one micro move, not the dance, though dancing is good, but what's the one micro move that you could make this week from right now through to next Wednesday when we have our next live? Even if it's scary or it's uncomfortable, without overthinking. I've talked to you ladies before about the choose it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 approach, and go. What is it? And are you willing to write it down in the comments today? Let's see. So really the challenge is the catching yourself. It's choosing the one micro move. And as Narelle's pointed out, it's the new belief. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Say it daily. All right, we've got 7 days until we do another live. We've got 7 days to say it out loud. Okay? If you want to get out of your own way, if you want to stop that horrible, yucky feeling of stuck, of being stuck, of feeling like you can't move, say the new belief out loud daily. If you do it for the next 7 days, you are more than welcome to message me next week on that 7th day and let me know the honest way that you're feeling. Has it helped? Do you start to feel a shift or do you not? I'm here for that. You can tell me honestly if it hasn't made a difference in how you are feeling. If you are still talking yourself out of something that you really wanted. I'm here to be challenged. Okay? But I will ask you the questions to see if you followed the steps. And if you did, then let's get on a clarity call, a 30-minute free call for you. Let's talk about it. Okay? I want you to remember this. You don't need to do it perfectly. You just need to keep showing up for yourself. Because if you don't show up for yourself, who will? It starts with you. You are the influencer of the people around you. So I don't want you to be stuck. I want you to see clearly that you are standing in your own way and that now that you see it, you now have the power to shift it out of the way. All right. How do we feel about that this week, ladies? Let's see. Oh, Buena's dropped the link there for you. So if you do want to book that free 30-minute call with me, there's the link. Okay, you've got it. You get that access by being in this beautiful community. How are we feeling? Are we able to say, no more sabotage? Or are you at least committed to that micro move? Okay, let me know if you're committed. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me, spending 30 minutes. You are taking 30 minutes for yourself. You are doing work for yourself by being here. It's really more of an activation session. So it's an interesting way to end the day in the middle of the week. I get that, but hopefully what that means is it will trigger some thoughts and feelings in you, and you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll be ready to make that micro move. Now, if you're not in Australia, there's a good chance this is the beginning of your day, and so it's the perfect activation to get you through your Wednesday and the next 7 days. All right, ladies, thanks again for spending so much time with me. If there is something that really stood out for you and you know somebody who needs to hear it too, please do share this with them or invite them into this community. All right. Much love to you all. Don't forget your water. Take good care of yourself. And I look forward to checking in on your micro move.